We back with another one and another one and another one. This is the segment, What Are Women Really Thinking? I got another special guest for y'all. I don't know why she looking like that right now.
Hey, y'all.
Why you gonna mess up the people's ears doing that?
It'll be all right.
I got somebody that's very close to me, very special to my heart. She be spitting some real gems, but I wanted y'all to see it on camera because she has a lot of knowledge and she been through a lot. It's been a long journey for her, you know. So I just want to shed light on that. So go ahead, introduce yourself real quick.
Okay, don't mind me, y'all. I'm nervous. But, anyways, my name is Sherrell. You know, Nathan is like my little brother or whatever, friend of the family. What else you want to know? I don't know.
So tell them a little bit about your upbringing, where you came from, and things of that nature,
Well,
about your family.
but I'm from Orlando, born and raised. Like the county of Dade. I'm just kidding. I'm 4'7". And yeah, I was raised with 3 brothers, single mother home, single parent home. Yeah.
Was it you the youngest sister, the middle?
Well, I'm the only girl, so the third oldest.
So you had some bodyguards growing up.
Yeah, kind of, sort of.
So nobody could mess with you back.
No, not really. Not really. But honestly, like me and my youngest brother who passed away, like we really grew up close, like together. And my oldest 2 brothers, like they was raised by my grandparents. So I ain't really had like that close relationship with them. But like my youngest brother, like me and him was definitely close.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool. I mean, that's the first I'm hearing this. I mean, I knew you for a long time. I didn't know you had half brothers. So you didn't have no sisters at all?
Mm-mm. Like my cousins were like my sisters growing up. But other than that, no.
Okay, well, was you into sports in high school? What high school you went to?
I went to Olympia and Dr. Phillips.
Well, so how was you in school? Was you in the books? Was you
Very, like nerdy.
like
nerdy.
So what was your favorite subject?
History.
History. What was your
It used
like?
to be like science, but it's really history. I like anything like, biography, stuff like that.
I don't know. I used to fall asleep when they used to talk about history. I
It's
don't know.
entertaining.
What's in
It's interesting, like learning just like about the past, like like especially like black people, shall I say, like our history, like African American, all that good stuff. I don't know, I just like history.
I think back in the days it was like more depressing, dude. Like seeing what we went through and what
Of course, that's gonna always be depressing, but just learning, like you know what I'm saying, because everything was colonized, right?
Mm-hmm.
So being brought up, everything is, we were taught one thing, but being able to go back and actually learn your history, like that's just amazing to me.
All right. So what else you did in school? Was you like into any clubs? Was you doing anything?
So like 6th grade, I was in. Like what was I doing?
What was you doing?
6th grade, I think what was it called? Beta Club. I was into that. I didn't play no sports, but I always wanted to do track. But because I have a heart condition, I couldn't run track. So that was like the only sport I was really, really interested in, like hurdles.
Oh,
but yeah.
I seen a lot of movies, people getting tripped over, falling.
But hurdles was like my thing, but yeah, I ain't get to run track.
So there is nothing they could do to like,
Well, I have a heart murmur. Back then it was like pretty bad.
Oh.
But, of course, they tell you can't do too much. You got to be careful, And like one of my coaches at Olympia wanted me to run track, but my grandparents was like, "Nah, we not having it." Because one of my aunts, when she was 18, she died of a heart attack at home. So that was kind of, I think that was like their like fear of that happening to me, like out there running track, and something happened, I passed out. But it is.
They don't want to run down my baby.
Right.
They don't want to go crazy.
So yeah.
All right. So what was like the biggest things you had to overcome as a woman from high school into womanhood?
Overcome? I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know. Because I feel like I dealt with a lot, like from high school. We'll go into like dating, right? Dating. So being raised with like boys and like uncles, you know, I being taught like the game a little bit early, you know, because I see this ain't funny, but I see how like my oldest brother was like, you know, with girls, like he had the girls. Do you hear me? So it was kind of like I would see certain stuff he would do, and I was just like, yeah, that couldn't be me. Like if I was that girl, like that wouldn't be me. But of course, you know, as you get older, you start dating, you be in love, and some stuff you deal with, and you just be like, oh, I ended up being that girl. But you know, like the cheating and lies and all that. Yeah, I done been there. I done that.
So what does like a female process, like what do they go through when they deal with the cheating process?
I feel like it's different for everybody. So like when you see or witness like another chick being cheated on, you know, women be quick to be like, oh, that could never be me. I would never allow a dude to do X, Y, Z. But a woman would really don't really know what she would do until she's actually in those shoes. So like for me, I've been cheated on numerous of times. But, you know, I've always been big on like giving second chances. But by the time that second chance do arrive, it's kind of like your mindset change, and you start to really think about like, damn, like he really did that to me. You know what I'm saying? Like you try to be that little ride or die, you know, loyal and all that, but that shit be for the birds. Like I feel like you can't ride for everybody, and that's one thing I had to learn. Like you can't be no ride or die. And them second chances, yeah, depending on the circumstances. However, now I'm to the point where it's just like I don't think I can do second chances no more.
So what, like, my biggest thing is, how does the guy does cheat and he wants a second chance? What is the steps? Because I know it's hard to build back a trust factor.
Right.
So what is something like they can do to build that trust? What if they're really trying to lock in and fix things?
That's another good question. I think it depends on the severity of the situation, honestly, because cheating can consist of a lot of things. It doesn't necessarily have to be physical, but you know, it just looks. I just feel like don't do something you wouldn't want me to do, right? Because I feel like from a man point of view, if a woman step out on him, is immediately like, no, F her. You know, she everything under the sun but a child of God. Compared to a woman, you know what I'm saying? Like we will really like step back, analyze it, and you know what I'm saying, try to make it work. But for me, because I've been through so much, it's just like I think it'll be really, really hard for me to really like go back, because I feel like if I allow you to do it once, you're going to do it again.
All right. So what's like some of the deal breakers other than cheating that you would see in a relationship that you're not like non-negotiable for you?
I feel like for me, being in like past relationships, I've always been loyal. So loyalty is like the key for me. If you break that, it's over. Lying, you know, lack of communication. I feel like that's the only way we can be successful in a relationship, if we're communicating. And a lot of times that's like the one thing that actually ruins a relationship is lack of communication. For me.
So how does communication work though? Because a lot of people say communication is a key to everything, a key to a relationship. So what does communication consist of?
Just being open, being vulnerable, being honest, and I like, how can I put it? Nowadays, when people are in relationships, I feel like we're more open with our friends rather than our partners. So we can go and tell our homegirls like, oh, he not doing this, he not showing me attention, X, Y, Z, blah, blah, blah. But our men don't know. Like, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes men can be very oblivious to a lot of things. So it's like if you don't communicate your concerns, what you're dealing with, how you feeling to your man, how would he know? He may sense it, but how would he physically, mentally know if we're not communicating that? Same goes for a man. If your woman is slacking, or you feel as though she's slacking, or in certain areas, you'll go tell your homeboys rather than you would your lady. And it's like, yeah, you can tell your friends all day about the issues you're having in your relationship, but if your partner does not know, how is that going to fix anything?
That's facts though. That's true. So
or running the social media. That's another deal breaker.
But you don't do social media, so
I don't.
I don't think you would have a guy that does social media as well. I mean, from my point of view,
Well, I mean, I have in the past. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, they don't never be, like, direct, but it be, like, little subliminals, and you already know, like, if you and your partner already having issues at home and he posts something that's subliminal, you know it's about y'all or about you because y'all the one that's dealing with the issues. But for the most part in today's society, a lot of people run to social media with their problems instead of just going to their partner about how they feeling.
So what is like some of like when you see a guy, what is like some of the red flags you see immediately? Not talking to them, just looking at them. They walking up to you, trying to talk to you. What's some red flags you see?
Okay, well, for me, I've always dealt with like guys coming up to me like, yo, what's up? Like, you know, I don't know how to explain it, but like, don't greet me like that. Greet me as such. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because I feel like we're adults here. Don't greet me like I'm a 19-year-old, 18-year-old. Like, greet me as an adult, like as a lady, which I am. Like, hey, how you doing? Like, don't come here with that shit. Money don't, all that like flashy stuff does not impress me. So let me put that out there. It does not impress me. Like, I want to know where your mind is at. How can I hold a conversation? Can you hold a conversation? You get what I'm saying? Stimulate my mind. Don't come up to me with all that extra stuff. What's up, shorty? You know, let me take you out. That ain't for me, baby. So save it for somebody else. Save it for somebody else. Like, I'm an adult. Like, I'm grown now. So the stuff that probably would have impressed me back in like my early 20s, teens maybe. Now, listen, I'm 36. Like, I want to know what you can do for me as far as like mentally. How can you stimulate my mind? How can you get me to the next level? How can we grow together? Teach me something new, because I love to learn. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're a history major.
So I can, you know what I'm saying? I can probably teach you something. Show me something different. Don't show me what niggas done taught me some years ago. Teach me something new, baby. Period.
Okay, so let's get into motherhood. So how has motherhood changed you and changed your perspective on life?
Okay, so motherhood. I get real sensitive about this topic because, like, I had my kids early. Not like a teen, but like when I was 20, I had them right before my 21st birthday. So it wasn't easy. You know, I had twins. My pregnancy wasn't easy. You know what I'm saying? I got cheated on, unfortunately, during my pregnancy. So it was very overwhelming. But because I had like a village, a very supportive village, I managed to get through. You know what I'm saying? Like, I worked. That what really taught me to like to really be on my grind. Don't ask for help. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, my grandparents and my mom like instilled that in me. But for the most part, my kids really taught me to really go out there and get it by any means necessary, you know. And I wouldn't say I had to grow up fast, but it helped me mature, you know. It helped me mature, and it helped me just look at things in a different perspective. Probably things that I probably never really focused on or really paid any mind as far as them. Like, I really just look at life totally different.
Okay, so what's a hard situation that you went through and you was like, I got to do this for the kids. I don't want to tarnish that because I got to take care of these kids. Because that's a saying everybody says who has kids. They be like, I got my kids, so I got to make sure I do this. Or you in a sticky situation, like, only because it's my kid, that's why I'm doing it.
Okay, so everybody, well, not everybody know, but for the most part, you know, like, I've been in that universe for so long, right? But I started when I was a teen. So when I started, it was like, okay, I'm a teenager. I'm just here to get some money. But when my kids came, and because, like I said, me and their dad, you know, broke up, it wasn't what I expected in that moment. So it was kind of like I had to really, like, put my, what's the word I'm looking for? Just get my shit in order. Sorry, I ain't mean to cuss.
No,
But
yeah,
I really
it's
had to
wrong
get my
cut,
stuff in order. So it was like, just asking, like, that's my biggest issue. Let's start there. Like, asking for help. So it was like one time I asked for like him to go get some milk for the kids. You know what I'm saying? And when I saw to him that it was like a big issue, I was just like, no, like I would never ask him for anything. So it was like there was times like I went completely broke just to make sure my kids had what they had. Their first Christmas, you know, I wasn't really working like that, so I was like, I wasn't able to really get them like gifts, even though they were babies, but still, it's like it's their first Christmas. I wasn't able to afford anything. And I made that the last time that they ever went without not having anything for Christmas. Christmas, birthdays, holidays, whatever, like I make sure they're good. I would lose sleep to make sure they're good.
Hey, I seen it firsthand.
Yeah.
Okay, so which kid, because can you name the children for the people real quick?
Well, I ain't gonna say they like first name.
No, yeah, say their nickname. Yeah, you ain't gotta say their real
But
name. No.
Leisha is my daughter and VJ is my son.
Okay, so which one out of the two act like you see similarities they got from you?
My daughter, Leisha.
What does she do that you do?
This ain't nothing to brag about, but that baby got my attitude all day. She got my facial expressions. Like the baby is like me. It's unfortunate, but yeah, that's my twin. She's my twin. She's really my twin. But my son has like my goofy side. He takes after like my calm, chill, goofy side, and my daughter takes like that rough side.
That rough rider.
Yeah, that rough rider.
So what is like some of your fears? Like what is something that you fear or you don't have fear? Because some people don't have fears.
I feel like everybody has fears. A lot of people just don't speak about it, to be honest. But I feel like everybody has some form of fear. Whether it's big or small, we all got some type of fear. But I've always struggled with wondering, am I doing enough for like my kids? Like, I'm working hard enough? Am I really being that parent that I think I am? You know what I'm saying? But I have conversations with my kids. I always ask them, like, how do you think I am as a parent? Do you think I'm doing a good job as, a single mom? Because one thing about me, I'm never going to lie to my kids. I'm always be open and honest. And I feel like that's where I created that trust and communication, like that open door policy, if that makes sense, for them to come to me and talk to me about any and everything. So for me, it's the same way. So sometimes I struggle with wondering, like, am I really doing a good job as a parent, as a mom? Like I'm at work all the time, hustling, getting it done, but then when I'm off, I'm always tired and stressed. But then I have that moment where I'm feeling guilty, like, am I doing enough with them? Am I spending enough time with them? If something happened to me, have I set them up for success? In case I'm not here, if anything should happen. So that's yeah.
Okay, so what are some activities y'all do together? Do y'all have like a specific activity? Y'all like going to a certain place out to eat? What's something that y'all do together?
Well, my daughter love to eat, so let's put that out there. So we we gonna eat. We eat, go out to eat, shop, go to the movies. Like we try to find little stuff to do together, like, or I'll just let one of them pick like a weekend, like, hey, we gonna do this weekend, the other one, just so we're not doing the same thing and everybody's getting a chance to actually, do what they like rather than just doing the same thing.
Okay, that's pretty cool. What's the most embarrassing thing that one of your kids have done?
The most embarrassing?
Or what's something, okay, you probably won't know. So what's like something, what's the craziest thing one of them walked in the door? Because you said it's open door policy.
Mm-hmm.
So what's the one of the craziest things they said to you, like asking you question-wise?
I'm trying to think. Give me a moment. I try to think. Honestly, I don't know. Not that I can think of.
Have you had the birds and the bees conversation with them?
No.
When you think that's going to be appropriate?
I feel like it's appropriate now. They just never came.
But you never like been the aggressor to be like, hey, this is what it is.
No, but I've always been like that parent. Like if you curious about something and you want to know something, come to me. Like, just come to me and talk about it. Like, people ask me like, okay, if your son or your daughter wanted to try weed, would you let them try it? I can't never tell you. Obviously, no, but at the same time, it's like I don't know what my kids would do behind my back. So I would rather you do it in front of me than to be with a bunch of niggas or females. And you don't know what the hell they got going on. Now you over here smoking some shit. You know what I'm saying?
I already know.
It's like drinking. If you want to know, like, of course I don't condone it, but like I said, I would rather you just come to me like, hey, can I
take a shot?
Like, I'm curious. Like, I want to know what wild tastes like.
What you gonna say?
Take a little sip. Take a little sip.
Take a little sip, man.
Don't tell nobody.
Don't tell nobody. I'm still a good parent.
Right.
So
don't judge me, y'all. He happy, yeah.
So what's the hardest and the easiest thing about being an adult?
The hardest is bills.
I'm telling you, bills be in.
Baby, whoever, I don't know. Okay, so I never understood why people be like, when I turn 18, I'm moving out. Because, baby, I'll be honest, I didn't move out until I was 26, okay? Because I ain't have to move out. I chose to move out when I felt like I was ready. Whoever in their right mind thought that it was okay to have these kids thinking that moving out at 18 was the way to go. No, baby. Stay home. Stay home. Save up your little coins. If you got a job, save up your money. Because being an adult is hard, okay? These bills ain't your friends. They ain't friendly, okay? Because one bill leads to another bill, to another bill, to another bill. And when you get one bill down or cut off, the other ones just start to accumulate. So anybody out there, please, for my sake, do not move out your parents' house if you don't have to, okay? Let them take care of it, because mine ain't moving out. At least I don't want it to. Yeah, mine ain't moving out. They gonna stay home.
And why they staying home for?
Because they're my babies.
Oh, shit, I feel.
They're my babies.
All right, so
I don't want them to move out.
what is the biggest lesson you've learned over time throughout your journey with life?
It's so many. I'm going to just say one. I feel like through everything I've been through, I learned to... Oh, sorry. I learned to just keep pushing. Just keep pushing through whatever it is you're going through. Life gonna knock you down over and over and over and over. But you just have to maintain your strength, your sanity. You know, if you believe in God, you know, that's what's going to keep you going. You have to keep pushing. Because at the end of the day, nobody is going to do it for you. You have to be the one to, you know what I'm saying, get out there, get it done. I wouldn't say not to depend on nobody, because I feel like everybody needs somebody. But at the same time, I wouldn't rely too much on people, because the ones you feel you can rely on and be there for you aren't really there. But other than that, I would just say keep pushing, no matter what.
Okay, that sounds good. So right now, you know, you got a daughter, and I feel like the reason why this segment was built, I was thinking about it because a lot of females are taking over. I don't know if you, because you say you don't do social media, so you probably don't know who Sexy Red is.
The one that be like, I'm out of town.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me finish. Let me finish before you, because I already see what's coming.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, there's the Sexy Reds of the world. There's the Gorillas, Sukianas, the Lottos, all those type of females, even like Nicki Minaj. And certain females, I'm not gonna say no names, portray a certain thing. Like they want guys' money. They want to have kids, and they want to hang out and be ratchet. So what can you say to those females, or like what can you say to younger females to help them understand? Because those are the role models that they're following. They see them girls outside they doing crazy stuff, and they leading on down a path because the music they listening to. So what you could say to them?
I feel like for me, it starts at home. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And granted, I don't want to say like, oh, it's the parents' fault, this and that and the third, because like I said, when your kids aren't around, you don't know what your kids are doing. Everybody want to fit in with the, the cool kids. Everybody want to be like this person. But for me and my daughter, I and yeah, for me and my daughter, is like we have that relationship, and she see like how I carry myself. So it's kind of like she's following in my, like, my footsteps. And then her grandmothers, like both her grandmothers are like, since she was little, make sure you keep your hair did, your nails did, your toes did. You know what I'm saying? That's how she was brought up. So I'm never gonna shade the other girls, but I feel like it just starts at home. Like your mother, like how they carry themselves. That's one thing. And then two, social media. You at this point in age, you can't run from social media.
Definitely can't.
And it's unfortunate because, like you said, it's right there in your face. It's right in their eyes. So of course they're going to see it. But if you have that like mother figure, aunts, sisters, cousins that carry themselves a certain way, I feel like that's when they should have those conversations. Like, no, you don't need to be listening to that. That's not what, what I'm saying. That ain't cool. Cause like, who really want to be walking around here? I ain't gonna say the words on. I ain't gonna say the words on live, but I feel like a lot of them just either their environment, upbringing, some stuff they done went through, or because social media. You know what I'm saying? So that's the reason why a lot of them are interested in that stuff. And half of the time they probably did come from a good upbringing, but yet again, it's who they surround themselves around, their environment, who, like I said, who they hanging out with. So for me and mine, I can't speak on them, to be honest. For me and mine, I'm guiding her the best way I know how. At some point, she's going to leave the nest and do what she want to do, but I pray that I instilled enough integrity in her to know right from wrong and what's good, because I feel like it's based on image.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And as
Yeah.
a young lady, it's like, why would you want to carry yourself like that?
Mm-hmm.
That's something you have to ask yourself too, because you have a choice. Growing up in my era, a lot of the female rappers, they was wearing baggy clothes,
Mm-hmm.
and was still considered sexy, cute. You know what I'm saying? So
I think it's just the day and age we live in now.
Exactly. And two, it's like everybody has that choice. Everybody has their own mindset. So if that's something you choose to do, then that's on you. I can't judge you. But I know for me and my household, we ain't gonna be running around town booty holes brown. We ain't doing that. Ain't no real. We ain't doing that.
Hey, that's getting clipped, man.
Sorry, but we ain't doing that. But like I said, it's just some of these young girls, I just feel like either lost, they don't have like that woman to look up to. And granted, there are women out there in today's societies that, we can look up to. It doesn't necessarily have to be rappers. There's actresses, you know what I'm saying? Other females to look at too. But because social media is so broadened, that the rappers are the first thing that's
everybody
like
see.
Exactly.
I mean, because it is just like you said, there is like great women out there. Like one of my biggest and greatest examples is Alicia Keys.
Mm-hmm.
She an Aquarius, so that's even more to my heart.
Mm-hmm.
And the way she speak, the way she carry herself,
Right.
that's why I want like other females to see like that type of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But those females that I named earlier, they're taking over like as far as everything.
Mm-hmm.
And just like the way they carry themselves, like they probably not like that. It's just
Exactly. It's the same thing for like male rappers. A lot of them ain't about that life. You know what I'm saying? But that's what make the money. It's the image. You get what I'm saying? You sign to a label, they gonna tell you like, okay, you need to change your look, or you need to change the way you know what I'm saying, you rap or whatever, because that's what's gonna get the money. Like a lot of these females, be rapping about what they do in the bedroom. Half of them probably don't. Let's just be honest, they don't. But that ain't my
to each his own.
Right, that ain't my business. But
Okay, so I have a big loaded question for you. So the loaded question is, because I was talking about this a while ago, and I brought this up in the episode. Why do you think women, when they get into a new relationship, they end up declining, and a male starts elevating when they're in that relationship. Like the female don't go to the gym no more. She's not taking care of the same thing. She's not doing the same. She's not carrying herself a certain way that she was when she got into a relationship. So why do you think that occurs?
I think sometimes women get so caught up in the man's life, if that makes sense, that they kind of lose themselves. And I know this firsthand because it happened to me. So, or like, say for instance, I got with somebody and they probably didn't have much, right? But because I may have it, I'm going to make sure you have it too. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like once we get to the point where we help our men, elevate, get to where they're at, we forget about ourselves, even when kids are involved. You know what I'm saying? Like, you probably go out shopping every week getting your nails, your hair did, but when you have kids, sometimes all that stuff change. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that's how it is in most relationships. Women lose themselves because they're trying to help their man develop, if that makes sense. Just depending on the circumstances. Okay. Like say for instance, it was me and you, right? And you really want to, hell, I don't know, be a rapper. We just gonna use that because it was easy, right? But it's like, okay, you got to put money down to get the promoters to promote your stuff, this and that, third. But you may not have it, so I'm gonna put myself on hold and give you, this money, or just really support you mentally or whatever the case may be, just so you can thrive. And then it's like once you get to the top, I don't put so much on hold that I'm losing myself. You know what I'm saying? And now it's like it's a hard way of trying to.
I seen that before because you watched the show Bel Air, the new one. Well, it was like the remake of the Fresh Prince of Bel Air, and like the dad was this big lawyer and this and that, and the mom was like this, like a great painter, and she put all that on to raise the family, take care of everything. To make sure everything was taken care of. He was paying for everything. It's not like she didn't have to work. She was just basically like a housewife. She didn't do nothing. And then finally the kids were getting older. All of them were either graduating or about to go to high school, and she was like, I'm ready to start making my own money, ready to start making my own. So that's why I get what you're saying. Yeah. As far as that, because a lot of females be saying that.
Yeah, and it's, I mean, it could be a good thing, it could be a bad thing. Because, like, it's even like when you got a couple going, let's say one is in, like, going to school to be a doctor or whatever. Obviously, y'all both probably can't go at the same time, right? So it's like, okay, well, you go and do this. I'm going to support you. I'm going to go to work. I'm going to take care of the bills so you can do what you have to do. And when you graduate or whatever the case may be, then it'll be my turn. And I've seen it where certain situations, the couple were able to make it work, but sometimes that's not always the case. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like once I put myself on hold or on pause to make sure the kids are good, the house is good, you good in whatever it is your future endeavors are. And then it's kind of like by the time the kids leave the household, leave the nest or whatever, or, you know what I'm saying, they get older, my man's striving. Now I got to figure out, okay, how can I get myself back in track? You know what I'm saying? How can I get back into the things I like? Because sometimes doing all of that can be some years, and then you probably don't have that passion no more. And then that's why I feel like as a couple, it should be a balance. Like, okay, she helping me do this. Let me, help her get into something that she may like. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's where a lot of times women do end up declining and stuff like that, because now she feeling like, oh, he done became successful, or he succeeded in his life, and now I'm just here stagnant. So, yeah.
So how you feel about child support?
Okay. Oh wow, this is interesting. I've never been like a fan of it.
Why?
To be honest, and I know most people may be like, "Girl, you crazy, you stupid as hell," but whatever. Because I always felt like, why do I have to force somebody to take care of their responsibilities? You get what I'm saying? Then we got to go in front of the judge. And believe it or not, a lot of people, when they think of child support, a lot of them think that, oh, I'm finna get this amount of money each month, but that's not always the case. You know what I'm saying? Because if I make more money than you, the judge gonna be like, okay, $25 a week or $25 a month. And I've seen it with one of my cousins. Like, literally, her kid's dad only had to pay $50. I think it was like a week, a month, or something like that. And yes, granted, she had a good job. He wasn't working, making that much money. So it's kind of like, why would, you know what I'm saying? Like, why would I sit here and force somebody to do that? I don't know. I just never been a fan of it.
Okay. So last question before we get out of here, because this was a great conversation, but this is the hitter for all hitters right here. So what would you like to say to young females, older females, females in the middle? Give them some free games, some words of advice, some words of encouragement, because this is what this segment is all about. We wanna motivate each other and motivate females, because a lot of females say other females hate on other females. So what can we do?
That is true.
So what can we do? What can you say to females? Give them some free game, free gems before we close it out.
Well, like you said, a lot of women do hate on other women, but at the same time, you have to know who you are. You know what I'm saying? Never lose yourself. Get it by any means necessary. You know, don't let these niggas stress you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just believe in self-love. So as women, that's one thing I feel like we lose a lot is self-love. So yeah, continue to love on yourself, be around people who motivate you. You know what I'm saying? Just because you got kids at an early age or whatever the case may be, that doesn't stop anything. Keep grinding, keep pushing, and yeah.
Get some cheese.
Get the spread. Period.
All right, man. Shout out Sherrell for coming through. This was one of the ones I really wanted to get on here. And by what y'all seen, she spit some gems for y'all today. Hopefully she like what she's doing.
Hopefully
she probably come.
I did, because if not, we're gonna run it again.
Oh, I like that. Hey, that's good for me. I don't mind. But yeah, man, y'all like, comment, subscribe on this video. Go watch the other videos I just dropped. And we out. Peace. Yo, it's your boy Nate, man. The hottest podcast out right now. What Will I Think of Podcast. Man, y'all need to go like, comment, subscribe for real, man. This podcast going up. We got bangers on the way. A lot of bangers, man. Y'all go view them last 2 episodes, man. Y'all really vibe with me. And we out.